Welcome, low ego action heroes. This is Debbie Levitt from DeltaCX.com. We're a full service CX and UX agency, and today is another short stream. It's Friday, so it is Deb Reacts to Stuff. And you've been sending me bootcamp curricula and university curricula. Now, I'm trying to keep these streams to about 15 or 20 minutes, and I've got 5 things to review, so we're going to have to go extra fast today. Yep, just checking that you can see me. Hopefully you can hear me. Did I get all the settings right today? People in the live stream, let me know. So I'm going to put a timer on the screen, and I'm going to give myself 2.5 minutes for each boot camp and then a few seconds to assess. That's why I've got my headphones on so I can hear when my timer goes off. So start countdown. Our first one is a UX UI boot camp at what looks like University of California at Irvine. It says it's 24 weeks, and I think it's a few days a week. And evidently, you're just going to learn everything. Design methodology, research, design thinking, visual prototyping, wireframing, interface design, storyboarding, visual design theory, web prototyping with HTML and CSS, interaction design with JavaScript and jQuery, and more with a star. So obviously my criteria for these things are what's the curriculum and who's teaching it. Now, I don't see anything here about who's teaching it. I do see too much focus on visual design and prototyping. Visual design and coding. Then I would suggest. I don't think you need to know those to, especially if you're going to be a researcher. But let's take a look at the curriculum before the timer goes off. So, hey Charlene, hey Christina, you will learn UX/design thinking. Now again, that implies that these are similar, same thing, synonyms. Of course they are not. So that doesn't work for me. User-centered design research sounds good. Empathy and users, what does that even mean? Interviewing, isn't that part of research? Insight synthesis, isn't that part of research? Persona creation, isn't that part of research? Decision mapping, in reference to what? Prototyping and testing. And your learning modules are interface design. Okay, research isn't in there. Visual design, research isn't in there. Research isn't in there. Research isn't in there. So we keep saying researching, but where was it? The U of UX? So, yeah. So I don't really have a strong sense of what you're going to learn, but it looks like it is the buffet. It's a little bit of everything in what's probably a very short amount of time. Is my timer working? No, I've got no timer. Okay, so that would explain why I haven't heard anything. Are you sharing your control screen? Am I sharing my control screen? You're supposed to see not my control screen. Hold on, this looks bad. Oh, there goes my timer. Where's my screen? Huh, this isn't working. Hold on, let's go back to a giant me for a moment. Hello, it's me. Let's see. I think I'm sharing the wrong thing, so sorry about that. That was just like a giant not me. And this would be an even more giant me. So in an effort to try to save time, because I've gotten this wrong, let's just jump to this version of the screen, which won't have me, but will have the... sorry about that. That was my control screen. Everybody knows I use vMix. So anyway, I am on UC Irvine. Time is up. You can look at it yourself. It was UCI Irvine UX UI. And so all in all, I think if I had to give this one a score, I would have to give it a score of 1 dog out of 5. Hopefully my dogs are coming up. Yes, good. There they are. I'm just not seeing the attraction here to this one. I don't have a sense of who's teaching this or who wrote this course. It looks like a whole little bit of everything. And of course, it seems to be very focused on design thinking. I'm not sure why the word subtitle is here. It makes me think nobody has ever looked at their own website and double checked it. So I'm going to give a low score to this one. I would not be able to recommend this at this time. Let's move on. This one, who knows what it is because they decided to go with a giant pop-up. So can I get the countdown on the screen and start the countdown? Is that working? Start countdown? No, that's not working. All right, well, there you go. So this is giant pop-up, which of course they're going to be teaching you about UX, and hopefully you'll learn not to do this. So this is the UMO Design School. I've never heard of them. So again, we are looking for who is teaching this so we can figure out if they are deeply experienced and knowledgeable, and what are they teaching. That's really it. Microsoft Excel, right? Oh no, this isn't Microsoft Excel. They're just calling it Excel. Excel Masterclasses, Excel Certification. Check now? What does check now mean? Certification in Design Essentials 8 weeks plus Foundation 4 weeks. Well, do you do Design Essentials before Foundations? User Research, UI and Visual Design, Design Leadership. Whoa, you've like never worked in UX before and you're going to get a certificate in design leadership in 4 weeks when you've just barely learned the foundation and the fundamentals. I don't think I'm pushing it to give this a 1 dog out of 5 dogs rating already. What is this? This definitely seems like a certificate family. Certificate factory. Comprehensive thinking is the biggest advantage of full stack designers. A designer who's familiar with product development and design process, he knows the limitation of product design. I can only assume this was translated from some other language since it does sound it doesn't sound like natural English, which of course it would be great if they had a content strategy course where they could remind you if you are targeting English speakers to make sure your English makes sense to them. Tailored to an individual's interest that creates craftsmen, UX designers, visual designers, and with a path to leadership. I don't believe it. Oh, thank you, Wilson and Wilson's girlfriend. So I think this one is really bizarre. Is this the person who's teaching? Mina, Brad, and Anshumali? Well, they're friendly faces. That's always nice, but I don't know who they are. I would have to look them up on LinkedIn, and the applause means I am out of time. So how to start your design career with no experience. You know, that one also lets things get a 1 dog out of 5 dogs score. So I think that this is one that I would not be comfortable recommending. I'm not sure why there are essentials before foundations and how you immediately, after just a few weeks of knowing things, go into leadership. I can't think of anything else that feels like quality that tries to teach people leadership this early, unless you would think maybe if the target audience is someone who has 3, 4, 5 years and they're thinking about leadership, that could be a course for them. But they're showing this as a 24-week course where you start out with essentials, you move into foundations, and all of a sudden it's leadership. So I would have to say this is lots of buzzwords, but I don't feel trust for this. I don't care how much they throw around graceful warriors and women and whatever. I'm just not feeling it, and I think that's hypothetically pandering. So moving on. Is the dog off the screen? No, dog is still there. Okay, take dog off screen. Sorry, my setup is not great. My tool for, do you mean my broadcast studio? It's vMix. I love vMix, but I didn't test it before today, and honestly, I have less than no energy, y'all. So I apologize that I'm a little bit off today. So I am a disembodied voice. Let's put some time up and 2.5 minutes to look at co.lab. I've also not heard of this. So of course we are looking for who's teaching it and what are they teaching. Program is for complete beginners, PM only. So I guess that's product management. So is this product management, product design, and software development? So let's see what they're saying for product design. Hands-on design experience from discovery to execution, and you're going to only need 7 weeks. Things people said, which I can't possibly read while it's moving. Real user research, test and iterate, design handoffs. We talked last time about handoffs. Pre-work. You must be able to demonstrate design abilities like having done a coding boot camp. Well, hold on a second. Wasn't this product design? Why do you need to know coding if this is product design? Plan your user research journey, decide upon a problem space and user journey. Well, hold on. You're planning your research and deciding on the problem space and the user journey before you've done the research? Discuss the technical feasibility of your designs. Designs? Wait a minute. You just did a research plan. When are you going to do the research? Now you're discussing technical feasibility of designs before you've done research? I don't get it. Create high-fidelity mock-ups, user tests, prepare and pitch your demo MVP to judges from the industry. I'm not getting it. So I don't get what this is. I don't understand what this is going to teach you. This sounds like you already are supposed to know what you're doing. I don't see anything here about instruction. I just see some sort of virtual space where you are going to pick your own program and you are going to do your own thing, and a judge is going to tell you at the end how you did. I am definitely not feeling that. I would probably give that 0 dogs out of 5, but I did not prepare such a screen, so I will give that 1 dog out of 5, because I don't have -1 dogs out of 5. So I'm really not feeling this because I don't see any instruction at all. And it looks like you just got to show up. And Wilson says, I think it's for people who have experience and want to get more experience. But if you have experience, why do you need more experience? If you have experience, apply for real jobs. If you don't have experience, you might think you have to do something like this, but if you're not getting coaching or mentoring or judging or help or whatever until the end, then you have just spent 7 weeks guessing only to hear at the end, great MVP, you did well, that looks great, woohoo! So Wilson says they get mentored throughout the boot camp, but Wilson, let's pretend you're not here. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to learn what this is and if this is something I want to spend time and money on, and there is nothing here that says I'm going to get mentoring as I go. It doesn't say how much mentoring I'm going to get, and it doesn't say who the mentor is. So if I'm just going by the website, then this gets 1 dog out of 5, but maybe -1 dogs out of 5, because as far as I can tell, this is just come up with something cool, guess at it, and we'll tell you at the end if we liked it, and we probably did. Let's move on. I was also sent 2 university degrees to take a look at, so let us take an honest look at them, and I will start the countdown timer for 2.5 minutes. When you hear the applause, my time is up. I treat university degrees the same way. Who's teaching this? What are you learning? Now, very rarely do universities tell you who the instructors are, but we can at least take a look at what the courses are. So let's take a look at the curriculum. This is the University of Michigan School of Information. This is the Master of Science in Information. So let's take a look. Well, this was the curriculum page, right? So where's the curriculum? Oh, this is not a hot start. Maybe UX Research and Design. The UX Research and Design Mastery course prepares you to demonstrate mastery of applying design theories, concepts, principles. UMSI Mastery course. Integrate methods and theories. Okay, required courses. Here we go. Contextual inquiry and consulting foundations. Do you mean like the foundations of being a consultant? Evidently. User-centered qualitative research methods and professional consulting working in teams of 3 to 5. Okay, so just remember your portfolio will have a team project and I won't be sure what you can do. Next, you have to take a programming course. It doesn't even say what language. A modern programming language and accessing data on the internet. This almost sounds like an infomercial. What language are we learning? Maybe it's the wrong one. Graphic design and visual communications. Wow, so much. This is the longest one so far. Students should have familiarity with Microsoft Office, iWork, Adobe Acrobat, or Preview for graphic design and visual communications? Design of complex websites. How would we be able to do that? We've barely learned anything. Software tools, HTML, CSS. So evidently they expect you're going to be the front-end web developer. And the importance of responsive, if you didn't know that. So we haven't learned foundations of UX. We haven't learned foundations of information architecture. We haven't learned interaction design. Oh, wait, now we're going to do interaction design. So first we're going to design complex websites. Then we're going to learn interaction design. And then at the end, we're going to learn human behavior and needs assessment and usability evaluation. I'm not feeling this one very much either. I'm trying to find something I can like about it and hold on to. I want to give it more dogs out of 5 because it is a university degree and you probably are going to work hard. But what are you going to end up with? I'm not getting it. I feel like you're going to end up with some sort of outdated sense of making visual communications in PDFs and designing complex websites by writing HTML. So I'm not feeling it. I'm going to have to give it 1 dogs out of 5. Okay, there's my dog. And that is the highly judgmental Romeo. He is highly judgmental. If you're working, he is going to supervise and he's going to make you feel like you're getting it wrong. So sorry, University of Michigan, this particular degree I'm just not feeling. Hopefully there are better or other ones that are available here, or perhaps something new Michigan is working on, but this one seems a little bit glued together from too many things and possibly some stuff out of order, like why isn't fundamentals of human behavior first? It's fundamentals. It should come first. Nuts. I found page not found for fundamentals of human behavior. Can I please put a sad trombone sound into my system? Wah, wah. All right, so knowing that we wanted to end this in 2 minutes, we'll do one more countdown for San Jose State University master's degree in human factors and ergonomics. And let's be clear, human factors and ergonomics is definitely a much more highly scientific side of what we think of as UX, but this is the OG stuff. This is the original gangsta stuff. So I do not expect to see visual design and some of this other stuff here. I expect to see really serious stuff. So human factors and ergonomics, yes. Experiment design for human factors engineering, definitely. Human factors and ergonomics professional seminar, not sure what that is, but sounds like it fits in. Psychology seminar in human factors, can't tell what that is, but sounds good. Motor learning, not totally sure what's taught in that because I've never taken that class, but sounds interesting. Human factors, experiments, and writing. I think if it's a little hard for me to tell what this is, not having a human factors background, but if it is more experimental design and writing, then I think that sounds great. Electives, and then a thesis. And it looks like you have a writing requirement. Here are some of your electives that you can take for your course. It looks like you might have to take maybe 3 of these. Environmental health, object-oriented programming, programming paradigms, skip those. Interactive and interface design, sure. Ergonomics for design, sounds good. Quantitative research, Research at issues in human performance, sounds interesting. Some kinesiology stuff, safety, engineering, I don't know about that. Human-computer interaction 1, yes. Interaction design 1, yes. Like, it looks like a lot of these sound really neat. but it looks like you only have to take 3 of them. I wish you had to take more of them. I also wish you had to take more cognitive psychology. But I would say, all in all, as a human factors engineering or human factors master's in science, this does look pretty good. I am not strongly familiar with human factors what's the word I'm looking for? Degrees. So I am definitely not the expert here, but I would say as a layperson who is expecting this to be highly focused in human factors and not have outside garbagey garbage like design thinking, visual design, coding. They have some coding as electives, but they're not making you do it as your core stuff. So again, I'm going to give this 4 dogs out of 5 because I am not an expert in human factors. Someone who is might look at this and go, oh God, this sucks, Deb. You don't even know. And I leave room for that because that could be true. So leave a comment in YouTube if this truly sucks and I got this wrong, because I could get this wrong because it's not my specialty. But as something that I was hoping would be quite focused on human factors, it sure seems to be. I don't know how long this takes or what it costs, but it does look pretty good. There you go. So I'll give that one 4 dogs out of 5. Looks pretty neat. Wilson is also giving it 4 dogs out of 5, and they are floating by, but not on the screen that I have up because I am unprepared today. So that being said, we're going to make that it for the Deb Responds. Sorry I didn't have everything in place today, and I'm all broken out because I'm all stressed out. This has been a crazy week, so you get to watch, I stream so much, you get to watch my skin conditions change. Thank you very much. So Deb Reacts will be every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Italy time. You can send stuff to me at deltacx.link/reaction. And you are welcome to send not just curricula, but memes, social posts, stupid things so-called gurus are saying, videos, whatever you want, and we'll check it out, and we'll just give some quick, honest reactions to these things, and then wrap it up. So I'm going to wrap it up, but I will be back in a few hours with the same skin condition, and we're going to have Dr. Seth Finkel here to talk about critical thinking. What is critical thinking? How do you know when you're doing it? Not doing it? What can you do to become better at critical thinking? We'll be looking at that at 10:30 p.m. Italy time, which is 4:30 p.m. East Coast USA time. I know this isn't our usual time, but because Seth does work a full day, we had to schedule it after his work day. So everybody, hope to see you tonight for critical thinking. If not, see you Monday for our continued adventures. And I will go fix my system. And sorry that the beginning of the video was you looking at a weird behind-the-scenes control room. Everybody, be well, stay safe, catch you soon. Delta CX, available for CX and UX consulting, projects, and training. Contact us for a free consultation.